Imagine a future where every voice is heard, where healthcare, education, and governance are seamlessly connected by the power of technology. Picture a nation where decisions aren't made behind closed doors, but in open forums where every citizen matters. This is not just an idealistic dream, it is a mission we are determined to realize. Hello, I'm Dr. Reddy, and welcome to Accountable Hindustan. We work to drive reforms in healthcare, education, and governance using modern technology and strong policy partnerships. We envision a future where healthcare reaches every corner of our country, where education is modern, inclusive, and technology driven, and where our government is open, participatory, and accountable. In that future, every decision is backed by data, and every policy reflects the voice of millions. But to build that future, we must first understand the challenges that have divided our society and left our institutions opaque. One major barrier for our youth is corruption. Our political system often demands huge sums of money to contest elections. In the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, 46% of the 543 newly elected MPs, totaling 251 individuals, have criminal cases registered against them. Notably, 27 of these MPs have been convicted. This marks a 55% increase in MPs with declared criminal cases since 2009. Furthermore, 31% of the current MPs face serious criminal charges, including offenses such as rape, murder, attempt to murder, kidnapping, and crimes against women. The influence of political families remains significant in India's parliamentary landscape. In the 2019 Lok Sabha, a record 30% of MPs belong to political families. This trend underscores the enduring presence of dynastic politics in the country. These statistics highlight ongoing challenges in promoting political transparency and meritocracy within India's democratic framework. This trend limits opportunities for merit-based selection and silences many voices, especially those from academic and grassroots backgrounds. So, where are the educated, talented young leaders, and where is the technology that can enforce transparency and accountability? When a system rewards criminal behavior, aspiring leaders feel their own integrity is at risk. Imagine a promising young leader from a small town struggling to raise funds without compromising his ideals. This common story reinforces the belief that politics is a game only for the well-connected. Violence and intimidation have also become all too common during elections. Reports of election-related murders and threats against activists create a climate of fear that discourages young, idealistic leaders from stepping into politics. When the pursuit of power comes with the risk of physical harm, many talented young people choose to stay away, missing the chance to bring much-needed change. Moreover, many of our most educated citizens are leaving the country in search of better education, healthcare, and a more peaceful life. Others choose a path of peace and spirituality, disillusioned by political drama and criminal influences. Just look at the Babas and several gurus who have embraced this route. This stark reality challenges us to transform our political system. It is time to build a future where technology enforces accountability, where merit matters more than money or advertised, and where every young, educated mind is encouraged to lead. At a time when India was yearning for change, Arvind had emerged as a symbol of formal democracy. He positioned himself as the promising of great contribution to his anti-corruption movement and grassroots activism. And better healthcare struck a chord with common citizens who felt ignored by the existing political establishment. His rise was meteoric. He successfully positioned himself as the face of alternative politics, leading the Aam Aadmi Party to a historic victory in Delhi. His governance model was built on populist welfare policies, aggressive policymaking, and direct engagement with citizens. For a while, it seemed like a new era of transparent governance was finally taking shape. However, as time passed, the challenges of governance proved far greater than campaign rhetoric. Despite his initial success, his leadership soon came under scrutiny. His handling of policy implementation was questioned, and internal party conflicts began to erode the foundation of his movement. His governance style, once hailed as people-centric, increasingly appeared confrontational, leading to strained relationships with bureaucrats, opposition leaders, and even his own party members. The very institutions he sought to reform became obstacles, and his promises of swift change clashed with the complexities of real-world administration. As cracks in his administration widened, allegations of corruption surfaced, shattering the image of the leader who had once vowed to cleanse Indian politics. Investigations into irregularities in liquor policies, alleged favoritism, and misuse of funds further damaged his credibility. What started as a revolutionary movement against corruption ironically found itself entangled in the very practices it opposed. In the end, the disillusionment of voters was evident. The 2025 Delhi elections marked a turning point as Kejriwal and his party suffered a significant defeat. The very people who once placed their trust in his leadership rejected him at the ballot box, signaling that promises alone are not enough. Sustained integrity, transparency, and effective governance are what truly defined a leader's legacy. His journey from a celebrated activist to a politician embroiled in corruption allegations serves as a crucial lesson in the fragile nature of trust in politics. While broken promises and systemic hurdles have left many disillusioned, a powerful counter-narrative is emerging, one that challenges the status quo and offers a roadmap for the future. In stark contrast to these failures, leaders like Narendra Modi have reimagined what politics can be. Emerging from humble beginnings, Modi harnessed the power of technology, data, and digital outreach to transform governance. His ability to engage millions through innovative policies, technology-driven administration, and direct communication has set a new benchmark for transparency, merit, and youth participation. This isn't just a political shift, it's a transformation in how leadership is defined in the modern era. At a time when corruption and dynastic politics seem insurmountable, Modi has demonstrated that technology, accountability, and direct public engagement can cut through these entrenched systems. In one of his most impactful speeches, Modi invited 1 lakh young people to actively participate in politics, calling them the driving force of India's future. His call to action is more than just rhetoric. It is a recognition that India's future cannot be shaped by a handful of political families, but by a new generation of leaders driven by merit, innovation, and service. As we face systemic challenges, we must ask ourselves, do we allow corruption and fear to stifle our future? Or do we build a system where transparency and technology open the door for fresh ideas? Do we let politics be dictated by money and muscle, or do we empower young leaders to take charge of India's future? Today, corruption has become so widespread that it is practically the norm. Money is exchanged for votes, elections are won based on financial muscle rather than ideas, and political influence is determined by wealth rather than vision. When cash and criminal networks outweigh genuine proposals, ethical campaigning is dismissed as naive. A culture of impunity deepens, leaving little room for accountability and transparency. Revenge politics has further poisoned our democracy. Those who dare to speak out against corruption or challenge the system face legal intimidation, smear campaigns, and even physical violence. When public debate is silenced, democracy loses its soul. The secrecy of decision-making threatens democracy itself. Key policies and public funds are allocated behind closed doors without public input or scrutiny. This lack of transparency breeds abuse of power and deepens mistrust between citizens and the government. When power is concentrated in a few hands, accountability is lost. This broken system is precisely why we need a new approach, one that integrates technology, youth leadership, and progressive governance. 1. AI and blockchain, making elections tamper-proof. Technology offers us powerful tools to reshape our political system. With artificial intelligence and blockchain, We can secure elections with tamper proof ledgers and monitor campaign expenses in real time. Countries like Estonia have shown that digital voting systems can protect every vote and reduce fraud. By adopting these models, India can drastically cut down electoral fraud, vote buying, and black money influence. 2. Digital platforms for a two-way governance model. Governance should not be a one-way broadcast from politicians to the public. It must be an interactive system where citizens actively participate. Imagine every policy decision made with direct input from the public. Digital platforms like MyGov and Saksham apps are already turning governance into a two-way conversation. These platforms empower people to hold their leaders accountable and actively shape the future. 3. Empowering young leaders. Modi's call for 1 lakh youth in politics. Modi's recent call inviting 1 lakh young people to join politics is a direct challenge to dynastic control. His vision is clear. If India is to become a global leader, its youth must lead from the front, not just in business and technology, but in governance. We need a leadership pipeline that rewards talent, not legacy. 4. Bold policy reforms. Breaking the cycle of black money and dynastic politics. Technology alone is not enough. We need structural reforms to ensure fair elections. Youth quotas should be introduced in party ticket allocations to ensure fresh, young, and dynamic leaders get a fair chance. Public funding of elections can reduce the reliance on black money and corporate influence, creating a system where elections are won on merit. Today, the combination of technology and progressive policies offers a blueprint for a transparent, accountable, and vibrant democracy. The future is within our reach if we dare to embrace it. A future where technology secures every vote. A future where young leaders redefine politics. A future where policies are made with public participation. This is not just a vision, it is a movement. If we are to reclaim politics as a force for national progress, we must act now. The question is, are we ready to build this future together? The integration of technology into India's political framework offers a transformative path toward a more transparent, accountable, and participatory democracy. By leveraging advancements such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, and digital platforms, we can address long standing challenges like corruption, dynastic politics, and voter disengagement. This approach not only enhances the efficiency and integrity of our political processes, but also empowers citizens, especially the youth, to actively participate in shaping the nation's future. As we stand at this crossroads, the choice is clear: embrace technological innovation and bold policy reforms to build a political system that truly reflects the aspirations of all Indians. The journey toward a vibrant and inclusive democracy begins with each one of us. Together, we can redefine politics and build a future where technology and integrity guide our democratic journey. The time for change is now. Join Accountable Hindustan and be a part of this transformative movement.